I didn't have no infrastructure.
I did 70,000 in the chat from my iPhone 8.
You ever watch a conversation start out calm, respectful, grown man talk, then turn left in seconds?
Nigga, you don't have a show, Kwame. You have that's your show. You're a used car salesman, whatever that is. That's not a show. Okay, so we don't need you to talk right now.
That's exactly what just happened when Gilbert Arenas joined Kwame Brown and Anton Daniels live.
Why do you need infrastructure if a motherfucker can do 70,000 from an iPhone 8?
It started as a business discussion about ownership and ended with Gilbert getting kicked off the stream after calling Kwame a bitch. This one right here wasn't just drama. It was about control, ego, and what happens when real opinions collide in front of the internet.
So and without me, Gil don't exist. Thank you. Keep proceeding with that time.
Did you have 400,000 before you said my name, or did you just have 1,300 people playing golf in your little outfits, being a nobody?
Let me say.
I'm not going to have an effeminate argument with you. We trying to learn from this.
This is a grown-ass man conversation.
This is Dream Basketball, where the game meets the culture. Let's get it. Anton opened the live asking a question that hit everybody in the chat. How much money is enough before you stop giving up your IP? That line shook the whole tone, because everyone talks about chasing the bag, but very few talk about keeping control. Gil responded first, saying it wasn't a bad business move. He said, business is about money. Basically, he saw it like a gig. Come in, get paid, move on. No ownership, no long-term control, just a check. And Anton wasn't feeling that. He pressed back, asking how much is enough to keep your name, your platform, your power.
Shit, everybody care about. Fuck it, I'm driving. Everybody caring up there. Fuck it. Gil, you might want to put that video game down, boy. This is right here deep, boy. Lord have mercy, I'm scared for you. You got your assistant in the back.
We all ain't nothing to be scared.
You got your assistant in the back.
My assistant?
Yeah, your assistant.
I come up here by myself. He always tie me to Gil.
Yeah, your assistant.
So what we got going on?
You asked where his studio was, and he answered. He said in Detroit, in his hometown, and then I'll let him answer anything else.
I asked him where his studio is?
Yes, this was Anton Daniels. When I made a reference to Anton Daniels, you said, where is his production? Where is his studio? And he answered your question.
Okay. So what we got going on? So,
well, now the conversation evolved into big bank take little bank, and he believed that you a little bank.
He believes I'm a little bank?
You the little bank. I told him you probably got 100 million.
All right, so let's start it from the beginning. What was how did this start?
This started.
Okay. So let me tell you the story so you can actually understand the story.
Okay.
2000. I started a channel in 2018. So I wasn't using the channel anymore. Didn't use the channel. So the channel was dead for 5 years. Because I was on linear TV. So I went to Kwame when I was learning YouTube. I created a smaller channel to beef with him. So because my main channel was gone, I came up with a concept of battle. It was, what the fuck was it? Battle, hold on, let me turn this off. Hold on. Let me quit.
Man, the Anton ain't come up here to hear you tell
No. So he can understand. Okay, all right. So the channel that I had, I'm beefing with Kwame, which was a small channel. So I came to him because I had this channel that I wasn't using. Let's start a show together. It was a roast league. He told me basically, fuck off. I said, well, I got a roast league, I got a poker, and then I got a basketball concept that we can use. Instead of going to Showtime, we can use this YouTube channel that I don't use. And said, hey, instead of going to Showtime, I got a platform we can use. We can go 50-50 partners. So I said, you guys build it. We have a channel that already has people on it because I needed infrastructure. I didn't know nothing about YouTube. So I said, you guys can build the infrastructure. We can split the concept 50-50.
What do you mean by infrastructure? I don't understand that.
I didn't have no infrastructure.
I did 70,000 in the chat from my iPhone 8.
Nigga, you don't have a show, Kwame. You have that's your show. You're a used car salesman, whatever that is. That's not a show. Okay, so we don't need you to talk right now. So I didn't have no infrastructure, meaning I only had.
Either way it go, I still had 70,000 people in my chat
Cool.
on iPhone 8 though, regardless of whether your personal opinion.
And what do you have?
I had
what do you have now?
people in my chat with an iPhone 8.
And what do you have now?
You flagged my channel.
Again, what do you have now? What is the?
Oh man,
what is the substance of your channel?
We gotta stop all this over talk. We gotta stop all this over talking this shit. Okay, we gotta stop that first. You went on Vlad TV and you said you flagged my channel. So let's not pretend like you don't pay people to flag my channel, okay? So what I have now is I have people like you upset that I did 70,000 in my chat from my iPhone 8. These are facts. So I don't understand infrastructure. Neither does Anton. So answer the question and stop trying to make it personal back and forth between me and you. Why do you need infrastructure if a motherfucker can do 70,000 from an iPhone 8?
It's weird how you want me up here, but for some reason you need to keep bringing your personal to mute me. What?
Anton, you go ahead and talk to you. I'm not even in this conversation.
Thank you.
Let me preface this.
So I didn't have no cameras. I didn't know nothing about lighting. All I knew was a cell phone. I didn't know nothing about like webcam, StreamYard. I had to learn all of that because I only came to YouTube because I was beefing with him. So when I came up with the show idea of like ESPN style, because I'm learning as I go. So I have this channel. I know Matt Barnes. They got all the smoke, right? But they're on Showtime, so they have infrastructure. I got the Knuckleheads. They have Players Tribune. They have infrastructure. So I didn't have nothing. I just had a concept and then this channel where I had like 1,000 people on it. So I made the deal with them instead of going with a platform. So instead of going with a platform and you're paying me $2,000 an episode, I made a deal with the sponsor themselves because I would have been on Showtime and then Showtime would have had Underdog as the sponsor. So I cut the middleman out and said,
Can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. Can I stop you in between just to ask you a couple questions?
Yes.
When you say you needed the infrastructure, was the show already pitched? Because some people are saying that the show was pitched to Showtime or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So that part, all right, so I got clarification on that. And then the other question that I have is, did you think that the show would be as big as it's going to be? And that's one of the reasons why you gave up equity into it.
No, I didn't know anything. I didn't know if it was going to be big or not.
Okay, I got you.
So,
well, I mean, that changes it a little bit for me. Because I almost think that if you would have known, and you can correct me, if you would have known what it was going to do, then you wouldn't have gave up the equity into it.
Yeah, but it was... The reason I gave up equity is because, so I used to do this in the weed. So I started in the weed game, right? I was the landlord. What I would do is I will have one of these growers come in, right? They build the infrastructure, they build the system, right? Mm-hmm. They build these elaborate systems. I let them get 2 crops in, and then I kick them out. Now I have the infrastructure, and then I take over the business. That was the same concept here. Let them come in here, build the studio, build all the equipment, do everything that's here. We got 2 years. Once it's over with, I got the infrastructure. Now I can set up shop a professional style. At first, I didn't know how to do any of that. And all I knew is most people just had a camera. They walked around with the camera. They set it up tripod style, and then they just do that. I didn't want that. I didn't want that style. I wanted what Matt Barnes. I wanted that look, the Pat McAfee look. So the only way to do that was to convince the sponsor. And I said, hey, listen, Instead of you paying me and then I shout out your underdog and we do all this, we can be 50-50 partners. So you have skin in this game to build the show the way it is. You can use this as a commercial, meaning you got shorts, you can put your logo on it, you can put it in the algorithm, you can put it on my Instagram page, you can do this. So you are doing better because now you have full control of your product. Right? So because you have full control of your product, that's how you're going to make your money. You get to push the FTDs, you get to do all of that in-house, and you don't need just to pay someone these like a Cameron and stuff like that. You don't have to pay them, and then they do it, and you don't like the product. You can fully control it.
Did you lose control though?
What do you mean?
Because you don't, based off of what you were saying, you don't get to determine how the show goes. You know what I'm saying? Because the partnership, I get. You didn't really understand exactly how big the platform was going to get. I think you undersold yourself because you didn't realize how great you was as a content creator. Honestly, and I've given you props. I've always celebrated you and said that I think that you are incredible and that you got the #1 basketball show in the whole 9 yards. But at what point in this infrastructure deal did you give up the control to where you can't determine, hey, no, I'm executive producing this, I'm controlling my own IP, I determine how many times we stream, I determine how we want to add a football show. At what point did that part come in is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, so I had 50% of both shows. So basically any show I produce under No Chill Productions. So No Chill Production is what's 50-50. They don't have rights to Gilbert Arenas. So this channel, anything I do with my name and likeness outside of No Chill Productions, I own 100%. So I'm not exclusive to doing deals, right, with other people. So I never really had control. I didn't want control of thumbnails and all that because I didn't really know about it. I didn't really care. Just you do what you need to do. I'll learn on the way when my contract is up, which is up in 10 months from now. I own all the equipment.
You get to keep everything?
So basically my deal is actually this. I own all the equipment. Now, when it comes to the show itself, remember, it's a concept.
Right.
It's not real. 50% is real if we sell it. Now, if I walk away, what do they have? They can't use Gil's Arena name. They can't use Gil's Arena crew. That's part of my deal. They can't use Skip Bayless and the crew. That's part of my deal. So that means they will have to start brand new with a whole different cast and everything. Meaning they will have to go somewhere else, get all new equipment, and get all new staff and talent to start a basketball show and a football show. So it's
I understand what you're saying on that front. What I'm saying is, how is these niggas able to take your name off of your channel, bro? That's your name.
No, okay, it wasn't them taking the name. I thought and felt this. I watched Matt Barnes, right? He had All the Smoke podcasts. Then he added, first he added Kevin Garnett.
Right.
So the Kevin Garnett show is under All the Smoke podcasts. So there's no Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, nothing. You're hidden under someone else, right? And then they added Rachel Nichols, hidden under someone else. So I was like, well, these two got hidden, but they're all individuals. I'm one person. I got a football and basketball. But if I had the Gil's Arena page, the football show get lost. So I was thinking build a network. So it's basically like the page is ESPN, and then there's Gil's Arena, and then there's Gridiron. The football show.
That's what I thought that you did initially when I first seen the name change. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, Gil. On the live stream, you said that when you got arrested, that's when they took the name from you because your name was no longer good in their eyes when it comes to promoting the product and being aligned with the brand.
Yes, that's what I said.
But now you saying something different is what I'm saying. You saying that was always the play for you to rebrand, for the brand to live on its own, basically. But then that's the thing that I had a problem with is, wait a minute. I thought, because honestly, from a business perspective, I looked at you as a genius. I'm like, oh shit, you really turned it into a whole network.
Antoine, come on now, stop lying.
No, seriously, this is honest to God truth. This on everything. On my father's grave, I said Gil is a genius. He about to take on all of these other ESPNs and all of this other shit, and he don't need nobody to do it. I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, from a content creation perspective, how you built the brand, how you put your homies on and shit like that, I salute you. And again, I think that you're great. But then
I'll tell you what, let's put some clarity on it. Now that we know he don't own, but 50% Underdog put them other people on. But we got to give them a shout out too. Let's give Underdog a salute too.
Here's my thing. Because I look at you as such a great businessman and as a great content creator, my expectation of you is higher. Because I don't look at you, I know you a contributor on the show, but I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't look at you in the same vein that I look at the rest of the niggas that's on the show. Because you the brain, right? You the brain. Without you, none of them other niggas exist in my mind. There's plenty of niggas that start a basketball podcast that ain't popping at all. That shit is trash. Let's just keep it 100. So
and without me, Gil don't exist.
So here's the thing. It's like, no, man.
It's the other way around, Kwame.
That's what you said, Gil.
Wait, Antoine, let me check him real quick. Kwame Brown.
That's what you said, bro.
You went
viral. You said you built No Chill Gil and it went into Gil's Arena. That's what you said.
Kwame,
you didn't say that clear enough.
Kwame, before you said my name on your YouTube channel, you had 1,300 people. You said my name.
About you though.
You said my name. Hold on. You said my name and you blew up.
Filibuster King. Filibuster.
Right? You had 1,300. I know because I was a follower.
You never had Gil's Arena.
I was a follower.
You
had 1,300 people. You used my name in the algorithm.
What did you have?
Should we go to your video that you hid now, but it's your biggest video?
One question. Did you have Gil's Arena or not?
No, I did not.
Thank you. Keep proceeding with that.
Did you have 400,000 before you said my name, or did you just have 1,300 people playing golf in your little outfits, being a nobody?
Let me say this.
I had 1,300 people to all the Smoke podcast, not Gilbert Arenas.
Papa, who did you tag? Did you tag all the Smoke podcasts, or did you use your Big Daddy's name? Did you tag Gilbert Arenas, or did you
and talk to Anton? This was supposed to be
Did you tag all the Smoke, or did you tag?
Stop yelling. Stop being feminine. Stop yelling. I'm letting you talk, but you can't just yell. This conversation is not about to turn into you arguing with Kwame. You said something about a man creating a studio. And now it's a big bank, take little bank conversation. You want to argue with me because you broke, nigga. I think you're broke, nigga. You want to argue with me and niggas say you ain't got no money. Let's get back to that, nigga.
No.
You want to argue with me all day.
I think that I have more assets and money than most of these niggas, including Gil. I ain't changing that shit. So we can get.
I didn't ask about.
That's a whole nother conversation. We can get to that in a minute. What I'm trying to understand is, and I'm speaking from the lens of a fan, right? Because I watch you as a fan. I watch you as a person, just like everybody else, because I think that y'all shit is popping, all right? I think that you great. I'm a huge NBA fan. I'm courtside as many games as I can because that was my dream growing up, is just to watch you niggas hoop, right? But I'm speaking from a fan's perspective and from this lens. We looked up to you niggas, right? And so I have a greater expectation for you than I have for everybody else because you have always, in a sense, been at the forefront. I don't understand, and a lot of people have been reacting the same way, and I feel the same way. We kind of feel like that's selling out. You know what I'm saying? It's selling out to get them folks your shit, bro. Because it ain't always about the money. When you get rich, it's like, how much more shit can you possibly buy? Like, at some point, it's like, we expect for y'all to actually be the businessman, to be the lightning rod, to not let other people take your shit or other people be able to tell you what you can and you can't do with your platform. That's the lens I think that a lot of people are saying from your perspective, from y'all. It's like, how much money will it take for somebody else, for them niggas to be able to, because it's almost like they look at your shit as more valuable than you look at your shit. We look at your shit like that because when we look at certain platforms and shit and it change because it get too corporatized or people can't say what they want to say and all of that stuff, that hurt us because y'all are a part of the culture, a part of basketball culture that's not sold out. When we see all of these fucking gambling companies buying into these NBA teams and the Dallas Mavericks and all of that shit, I hate that because it's like, okay, so it prices out the fans. They can't even fucking go to the games no more at a reasonable rate and all of this stuff. And I know they got to pay NBA players salaries and everything because it's a business, but at what point do we balance it out to where we can have independently people that's great, that create great shows like you, or is it always 100% about the bag?
It all depends on what you're talking about. Like, you're talking about, when did I give up control? The beginning was 50-50, right? I sold them the concept of something that I thought would be good. They funded it for it to be where it is now. So at the end of the day, you got to look at a partnership.
But
no, you got to look at a partnership.
You don't need no nigga to fund your ventures. You rich, my nigga, right?
Yes, but why do I need to spend my own money on a concept?
Because it's your IP, it's your product.
Huh?
It's your IP, it's your product.
I don't know if it's a product yet.
So you
remember, I don't
believe in you more than they believed in you.
No, what I'm saying is I don't like, this is 2022. I don't know anything yet about this. Right? There's no blueprint yet for me. Right? There's no blueprint. I don't know anything. So I sold them the idea. What do you have? So now, if I redid a deal and that's the same deal today, contracts up, finally, then we can have that discussion. Now I have everything. Now I have 4 studios here in my house. Right? Now I know the whole game. I didn't know it before.
Let me ask you a question, Gil.
Mm-hmm.
Did you even want Skip and them on your show, honestly?
Yes, I'm the one who got Skip.
Hold on, Anton. Let me say this.
Here you go. You asked a question. Like, I thought we were talking.
Gil, you need to watch yourself, bro. We're not going to do that. We're going to be respectful. This is my show. I know it triggers you to have me speak, but we're not going to do that, okay? If it bothers you for me to speak on my show, you can leave. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest. Most athletes and most basketball players, we're used to having people do things for us. So a lot of athletes don't know how to do it, and nor do they try, because we're so used to people telling us to shut up and dribble that we believe in that concept. So Gil said honesty when he was on the show with that other dude. He was honest. He said, I didn't know how to do it, nor did he seek out how to do it.
But no,
this is a guy who went to college. He should have sought out how to do it and how to run a business.
Credit for, though, one of the things that we got to give Gil credit for is that this nigga is transparent as fuck. Like,
we have to give him credit for the things we give him credit for, but we also have to not let him weasel his way out of things he don't want to take accountability.
I don't think he weaseling his way out of it, Kwame. I think that he just being transparent about it from both sides. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just my opinion.
We got to give him credit, though, Kwame, because
I give him credit, but I'm
one
going to be
thing that
more...
most people will never do that Gil does is that he just keep it 100. Right or
because
wrong?
Because he's like a baby. He don't know when to not say stuff. I would have never said that. I would have never gave up 50%. When you don't know better what not to say, you're going to say everything. So it sounds like he's keeping it real. He's just too ignorant to know what not to say. That's not something he should ever say. He came up here and said that he want to teach 50% of owning a business and then not even knowing the part of the business that he should know. He said, I don't know. I know what they know. And it's like, we have to stop as black men. The reason why I gave you credit, Anton, is not to come up here and just say Gilbert is a great guy. No, from the business side of things. Hold on, let me say this. From a business side of things, I see the way you handle your business. And from top to bottom is solid business. It's not solid business from what Gilbert is giving up half of his company and then not knowing anything about the 50% that he does own.
I disagree with you on that, Kwame. I gotta disagree.
I'm saying he said it out of his own mouth, is what I'm saying.
Right, but at the same time, you don't know what you don't know until you actually experience it in that realm, and then you get the insight. But my thing is that not that it wasn't a good business move, because business is about money, right? I'm not looking at it from the business perspective. I'm looking at it from the ownership perspective and being able to control whatever it is that you want to do. If I want to keep my fucking name on there, I can keep my name on there. If I want to, talk shit, I can talk shit. I think that there's multiple different ways to skin a cat. You can contract your shit out. You can, do partnerships, whatever. What I'm trying to understand, and this is my biggest gripe from my lens, is how much money is enough money to where you say, you know what, fuck that, I'm not giving up no IP, I'm not giving up no ownership, I'm not giving you 1% of my fucking company. The only people that I'm dividing my company with is my homies. That thing. At some point, because we don't see it ever. We've never seen anybody that made a significant amount of money that says, I'm not selling this shit out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm keeping 100% in-house, and we'll do sponsorships, or you can pay for spots or advertisement or whatever it is, but you can't control my shit. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not ever selling nothing.
You don't have
and that's why, because of what you said, I'm not ever selling. Because I want to control what it is that I have.
You don't have nothing, so.
That's your opinion, but that's just
no, it is not.
So
okay, now, here, let me ask a question, since that guy's over there. Kwame, how many pages you have?
That doesn't matter.
Kwame stepped in, and the energy shifted. He said, I own everything I have, my channels, my content, my hard drives. I can upload it anywhere. To him, it's not about the quick bag. It's about never selling a piece of yourself. He'd rather start from zero somewhere else than split his name 50-50. Gil tried to make it practical. He said, what if somebody offers you 50% of a dead channel but turns it into $1 million show? Kwame said, nope, because it's mine. That's when you realize Gil's focused on business, Kwame's focused on principle. Two different worlds colliding live.
I'm just how many pages? I'm not trying to make you look stupid here.
I own everything I have outright.
So how many channels do you have, Kwame?
That doesn't matter. Move on. I'm not going to have an effeminate argument with you. We trying to learn from this.
This is a grown-ass man conversation. Listen, I can go to... Hey, Antoine, I can go to your channel if you want to actually have a conversation, since he doesn't want to. No, but he wants to keep interrupting the conversation.
I said move on.
I got Kwame is the one that started this live stream.
I said move
on. Because you're saying something you don't know. It's a business, but there was no business. So, Kwame, you got 3 or 4 pages. So let's say you have Kwame Basketball, that old channel that you lost. If you can take that channel and somebody give you 50% of it to make it into a real show that makes you millions, you're saying you won't do it even though it's nothing right now.
No, because I have a hard drive with all of that content on it, because I own it and I can just upload it on another platform.
On another platform?
Yeah, like Rumble or Kick or anything. It's my property.
But you're saying that content. I'm saying if someone took the channel itself and turned it into a real production ESPN show, you don't use that channel anymore. There's nothing going on with it, and you're gonna get 50%. If it got 10,000 subs, you're gonna get 50%. They turn it into the Kwame show. You got millions on it. You're making millions. You say you want to do that, and there's nothing to do with it right now, and you still keep your other channels. But I'm stupid for giving away a business that didn't exist, a channel I wasn't using to build structure for a business and an empire I have today.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you Gilbert Arenas. And no matter where you fucking go, you're gonna do numbers. And no matter where the fuck you go, you're gonna do views. And no matter what it is, a platform that you step on, you got the knowledge, you got the insight, you have the entertainment ability. You just got it, bro.
That's today.
No,
but what I'm saying is,
when you was doing Vlad interviews, and before you even started doing content.
But that's what I'm saying. But
some people are born with it. You born with it.
Yes, I'm born. Okay, but Antoine,
let the man cook. Gil, you said
no, because you're using me today to talk about a decision 2022. When I was on Fubo, I don't know anything. I just come in as a working bee. You come in, you pay me per episode, just like everybody's deal is right now. That was my deal in 2018 to 2022. I come in, I get 10,000.
Zero. Nigga, you've been him since you was with the fucking Washington Wizards.
Then the tone got dark fast. Gil got frustrated, raised his voice, and out of nowhere dropped bitch. Kwame froze for half a second, then hit him with nah, we not doing that. He kicked him off the live instantly. The chat exploded. Anton tried to bring the conversation back, saying we were talking ownership. But it was over. Kwame went off, saying Gil keeps using his name for clicks and interviews. Every time he says something about me, his numbers spike. And honestly, he's not lying. The moment Gil mentioned Kwame, the views went through the roof.
I don't 60 on Kobe.
See, I don't like this idea. I don't like this idea of a basketball player coming into a world he don't know and he's supposed to have the blueprint.
Because before y'all start flagging me,
I'm not saying that you're supposed to have the
bitch, no, you didn't. Stop.
Come on now, don't do that. Gil,
damn.
Okay, Gil, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. I ain't calling you out your name.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna bring him back up, but one thing we can't do. No, he done ran like a little girl. One thing we're not gonna do, we don't do that. Gil want to be a man on the internet. Call me a bitch to my face. Don't do that. We trying to get the content, but you too busy wanting to argue with me like a female. I'm not here to argue with you, bro. Asking me about my channels and my personal stuff. You put your content on the internet. I didn't. So we went over your video. Why you gotta call me a bitch for no reason? Just stupid. That boy is a child. I don't know what's wrong with him. It ain't my fault he put that up. I went over it just like everybody else. But hey, it is what it is. We were having an ownership conversation. This ain't about what Kwame got over you and what don't. I would never do it. If you think you did what you did was smart, cool. I didn't call you dumb then. I've been calling you dumb forever.
What made it crazy is it wasn't about a 50% deal anymore. It was about pride, legacy, and respect. Anton represents the businessman, structure and strategy. Gil represents the entertainer, get paid, move quick. Kwame represents the independent, own it all or nothing. 3 valid lanes that just couldn't fit in one conversation. But the deeper lesson, if someone offers you half the bag for 50%, it means what you built is worth double. Sometimes you take the deal to scale. Sometimes you hold the line to stay free. There's no one-size-fits-all, but moments like this show how rare it is to see Black men talk about IP, ownership, and control in real time, even if it gets messy. So what would you do? Take the 50% and blow up fast, or keep 100 and build it slow? Because one path gets you paid. The other builds your name forever. Drop your answer in the comments. Write ownership if you side with Kwame, or business if you get where Gil was coming from. Either way, Anton Daniels started a conversation the culture needed. This is Dream Basketball, where we break the game down from the court to the culture. If you felt this one, hit subscribe, drop a like, and share it with somebody chasing their own lane. And if you want to keep the movement alive, Cash App $1 Dream. Stay locked in, stay building, stay in dream mode.